Yep. You already know who it is. King Ade with the Wizards Review. And, man, it was a tough loss tonight. It was an ugly loss tonight, man. It was really, in a way, it was the worst loss of the season from a point margin standpoint. It was definitely the worst loss of the season, man. It's definitely not what I wanted to see. However, I thought for a loss like that, I thought I would be more upset, but I'm not as upset as the score would indicate. You know what I mean? So we're just going to get into it. You know what I mean? So if that's your first time, the way I do it is if we win a game, I start with what I didn't like and I end with what I did like. And if we lose a game, I start with what I did like and I end with what I didn't like. So since we lost, I'm going to start with the things I liked. And really, I felt that overall, especially starting the game, we played well. Like our pace was good. We weren't playing frantic. We looked crisp out there from a movement standpoint. We just missed a lot of shots. You know what I mean? We couldn't hit any shots tonight, man. I think Bradley Beal started like 0 for 14 before he made his first shot. You know what I mean? So that was one of the biggest reasons we lost the game from off jump, man. We couldn't hit shots, but as far as how we were looking, as far as our movement out there, getting good shots, moving the ball, things like that, I felt that we were doing those things well. And if we hit shots starting the game off, we would have had a better outcome. But we didn't hit shots, so that definitely was a big reason why we lost. Another thing that I liked was when Ish Smith came off the bench in the first quarter and he gave us an immediate spark, man. He's definitely an important player for us. You know what I mean? He's like the first off the bench, and rightfully so. I mean, he did good as a starter, but he's not a point guard that you would want to start like every game. You know what I mean? But he's definitely a good fill-in point guard to start, and he's definitely a great backup point guard. So he definitely did his thing tonight. And he definitely did his thing in the fourth quarter as well, so I like that. I also liked Bertans early in the game, too. He looked like he's getting the stroke back, man. He started the game fast. He put up 9 quick points, three quick three-pointers, you know what I mean? So he looked like he's getting his groove back. If we played better, if the score was closer, he would have been in more. And I think he would have been more effective. But it's good to see that he's getting his legs back, because moving forward, we're going to definitely need him to, keep hitting shots and just keep being consistent as far as hitting shots. So I like that. Was Alex Len. He definitely is beginning to look more comfortable out there on the floor. He came off the bench and he was he gave immediate impact on defense and offense. And especially in the fourth. And that's the final thing that I put on my list that I liked was, although we were down big, like real big, the bench came in, Brooks emptied the bench. They came in and they played hard. You know what I mean? They played hard. They had a good run. You know what I'm saying? Cut it down to like under 20, because we were down 30. You know what I mean? So they cut it down to under 20, but ultimately they weren't strong enough to bring it back. But they showed heart. And again, Alex Len, man, he definitely, because he was showing things when he first got on the team and he started playing. He's already shown us a little bit, but he hasn't really put it together. You know what I mean? But I felt tonight he looked like the most comfortable he has looked on the team so far. So those are the things that I liked about the game. You know what I mean? There were some positives, although the score would make it look like there wasn't positives. So I'm just going to go into what I didn't like. And really, man, this was one of those games that, in a 72-game season, man, you're going to have a game or two like this. You know what I mean? You're going to have a game like this, because I just felt the team as a whole just wasn't prepared to play tonight. Like they was a step slow. They looked tired out there. You know what I mean? Especially after a good win on Wednesday. I was hoping they would follow it up, but the Heat, they're the Eastern Conference champions. You know what I mean? So for them to lose like that, I know Spoelstra got in them, and it showed tonight, man. It showed tonight. They were sharp. They were a step faster. You know what I mean? They put up 40, and that's a thing that I didn't like. Also, man, although we were sluggish and missing shots, the biggest Achilles heel for us is our defense, man. Our defense was terrible tonight, man. It was terrible tonight. And again, because they were tired, but that's still not an excuse. We gave up 40 points in the first quarter. 40 points. Like if we gave up 40 points in all 4 quarters, we would have gave up a total of 160 points. You know what I mean? So obviously that is not good. That's not good at all. You know what I mean? That's terrible. So we started the game bad by giving up 40 points, and we just could never recover. We really lost the game in the first quarter, if you ask me. We really lost the game up front, and giving up 40 points was a big reason why. Also, what I didn't like was our 3-point defense. I mean, I say this every game, every night, win or lose, man. This is always on my what I don't like list. We do not play the 3-point line well, man. We just don't play the 3-point line well. It's just we're weak. Like, that was part of the reason they scored 40 in the first. They just continued to just kill us throughout the game, going up 30 because they were hitting threes like it was nothing. Our defense on the 3-point line is terrible, man, and we have to tighten it up. Even if we could cut it down to like half of what teams make now, you know what I'm saying? If we could cut it down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have to, if we want to make the playoffs, we're going to have to stop the 3-pointer. We're going to have to play it better. You know what I mean? They have to start playing it better. I'm like, game after game after game. They give up too many threes, man, and that's going to always kill us. You know what I mean? So that's one of the biggest things I didn't like tonight, just the fact that they gave up too many threes. And then, you know, I didn't like Westbrook's turnovers, especially early in the game. But he had how many turnovers he had? I think he had 5 or 6 turnovers tonight. You know what I'm saying? But although I didn't like that, it wasn't like the turnovers earlier in the season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, the whole team was tired. They didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? So, and him included. You know what I'm saying? I don't like turnovers at all. But I wasn't as angry because they weren't like, I can't explain it because a turnover is a turnover, you know what I'm saying? But if you were watching this team from the beginning of the season, then you could see that he's playing better. So tonight was a high turnover night, and he hasn't had one of those nights in a few games. So for him to have one, you know it's bound to happen, and you know he's going to have another high turnover night moving forward. You know what I'm saying? What we hope is that he just doesn't do it every night. You know what I'm saying? But he turns the ball over. That's his game. You know what I mean? But tonight he had way too many turnovers, especially early in the game, and it helped kill the momentum. But it wasn't the reason we lost. The whole team as a whole, they just weren't ready to play tonight, man. They just weren't ready to play. They just didn't feel like playing. They were just tired. It was one of those nights. And that's why I'm not really angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I could just tell the team, they were missing way too many shots. You know what I mean? They was a step slow. They weren't playing defense. And, you know, usually I would come for Brooks, but I'm not going to come for him tonight because, again, I've seen this. I watched the NBA for a long time. And even the best teams have nights like this, man. So we just can't afford to have too many of them. Matter of fact, we really can't have any more because we're still down in the standings and we're still trying to make the playoffs. So we got to shake this one off, move to the next game because it's going to be tough this season because we're going to have so many back-to-backs playing the same team back-to-back. So if we beat them the first night, then they're going to have a real good scouting report on us for the next game we play. You know what I mean? And vice versa too. Like, if a team beats us the first night, then we should really come out the second night and turn it up and, you know, at least split the series, because that's what we did. We split the series. So it is what it is. I'm not too angry. You know what I'm saying? They just can't do this shit again. You know what I'm saying? They just can't do it again. I give them a little pass. You know what I mean? They had a hard fought game on Wednesday. They're in South Beach. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was just one of those games. And, you know, I'm not as angry as I usually would be after a loss, especially this loss, the biggest point differential of the season. So, you know, we're just going to the next game. You know what I mean? That's what we've got to do to the next game. I just believe they're going to come out much sharper, much more ready to play because they want to get that bad taste out their mouth. So that's what I'm expecting. they're gonna start fast the next game, straight up. So anyway, that's really all I got. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad loss, but I'm not too angry. They just gotta step it up. Can't do it again. They gotta start sharp the next game. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So if you like the content, man, you know what I mean, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at Wizards Review. You can like us on Facebook. Just search the Wizards Review. And you can follow me on social media platforms, King Ade DMV. Find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter, find me on Instagram. And if y'all all play Xbox Series X, NBA 2K, Next Gen, you know what I mean? You can find me on there too, man, all right? So you're going to see me next game. Shake it off. I know this was disappointing, but, you know, it was one of those games, all right? It wasn't like they didn't play hard. They weren't moving right. The offense wasn't looking, it looked good. If they made shots, we'd be having a whole different story, but they missed shots. But the offense was running good. You could tell that they're getting more comfortable, and we just need more consistency. You know what I mean? So, see y'all later. Have a good weekend. Be safe out there, all right? Peace.